The gaming industry is currently delivering its most critically successful software in years, but that creative output is met by a climbing cost of participation. On May 18th and 19th, this tension between creative success and financial strain reached a breaking point. The anticipation for Grand Theft Auto VI illustrates the sheer scale of the modern industry, with a development budget estimated to exceed $1 billion. However, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick recently confirmed that the game is running roughly 18 months behind its original internal target of spring 2025. These extended timelines and nine-figure budgets are putting massive pressure on the traditional studio model. As development cycles now span the better part of a decade, publishers are looking for new ways to move these rising costs off their balance sheets and onto the consumer. On May 18th, reports indicated that PlayStation is pulling back on its recent strategy of releasing its major exclusives on the PC. By keeping its biggest titles off other platforms, Sony aims to protect the value of the $650 PlayStation 5 Pro hardware. This contrasts with Microsoft's launch of Forza Horizon 6, which arrived simultaneously on Xbox and Steam to maximize its initial sales reach. The game uses advanced upscaling like NVIDIA DLSS 4 to render its Japanese open world, highlighting the high hardware requirements necessary for modern simulation. Publishers must now choose locking software to expensive hardware or releasing on every platform to recoup their investments. By May 19th, the focus shifted to extracting more revenue from the existing console user base. Sony announced a 12% price increase for new monthly and quarterly PlayStation Plus subscribers. To add value to the higher price tier, Sony included the 1997 title Time Crisis, updated with gyroscopic aiming controls for modern controllers. Sony specifically identified market conditions as the cause for the hike, pointing toward a global crisis in the supply of RAM and other critical components. Nintendo made a similar move by launching its $500 Switch 2 Choose Your Game bundle earlier than originally announced. This bundle acts as a temporary buffer. Starting in September, the base price of the console alone will rise to $500, making the current package a rare moment of retail savings. Hardware manufacturing costs are now being felt directly by the player through higher retail prices and more expensive subscription tiers. While consumers see rising prices, the financial markets show that publishers are still achieving record numbers. Rumors regarding the highly anticipated GTA 6 pre-orders, though unconfirmed, were enough to drive a 7% surge in Take-Two Interactive stock price. Electronic Arts reported $8.026 billion in net bookings for the fiscal year, a 9% increase driven by flagship titles like Battlefield. This chart shows EA stock trading near its 52-week high. At this peak, executives executed sales totaling over $1.2 million. These sales were conducted under pre-established 10b5-1 trading plans, allowing them to sell stock at predetermined times to avoid conflicts of interest. These executive cash-outs occurred just as the industry began erecting higher financial barriers for the average player. Despite these costs, news from the periphery shows that consumer demand has not slowed down. Summer Game Fest 2026 tickets sold out within minutes, and smaller titles continue to see high engagement on digital storefronts. The intensity of this demand was clear when an Indonesian ratings board error leaked the entire plot for the upcoming 007 First Light. The game's cast, which includes Lenny Kravitz, underscores the massive investment being poured into these high-profile cultural releases. Corporate pricing strategies are being adjusted because players have shown a consistent willingness to pay a premium to stay part of the conversation. The news cycle of May 18th and 19th reveals a shift in how the industry balances its books. The period of subsidized hardware and low-cost subscriptions is being replaced by a model that prioritizes immediate margins. Whether through Sony's ecosystem lockdowns or Microsoft's multi-platform expansion, publishers are testing different ways to reach profitability in a high-cost environment. While the 2026 release schedule shows that studios are capable of achieving their greatest technological goals, the price of entry for the player has reached a new high.